Well, I'm back. It's been like 3 weeks since I made my last video on kind of just an update and everything. I'm supposed to be doing these every single day. Obviously, that didn't turn out how I expected to. I just got super lazy. I don't know why. I can't believe I didn't even do it for one day afterwards, but I didn't. So that sucks, I guess. And kind of some updates, I guess, on what I have been doing. Um, I watched an Amazon FBA video that was like 8 hours long or something like that. And that was pretty interesting. I took notes on it, like ended up being like 16 note pages of notes or something like that. Nothing crazy, but a lot of the videos kind of filler and repeating itself. And also it was a lot like interviews with other people. So I couldn't really take notes on that. I could took some stuff from it, but I couldn't really take notes on it. So it wasn't really all notes I could do, and I can review those, and I'm gonna go back to the video when I get to that process, because he kind of went through the whole process of like starting an FBA business, and it was kind of like his passion product thing, where like you have to start a product they're actually interested in, which makes sense. Um, but yeah, what else I've been doing? I've been lifting. I actually been getting into lifting a little more, at least twice a week. I used to lift 5, 6 times a week, but I just can't anymore with my job. It's just not possible. But I've been kind of trying, like I've been getting better at it. Definitely twice a week, not doing legs at all, but I'm gonna try to do legs this following week here. I'm gonna try to do it on like a Friday after work, which is gonna be so brutal. But I think if I nap, then hit legs, I think I might be chilling. And have like a protein shake with a lot of carbs, that might help. But I don't really know. So, um, also, with working, I need to ask my manager about switching my shifts. I went to HR and they're like, oh, you can't switch shifts until 6 months. I've only been working there for 4, so kind of an issue, but I'm gonna try to convince my manager. You can get an exception, but my exception is I want to work another job, which not exactly a good reason. So I'm gonna try to convince him, kind of give him other reasons or whatever. And I've been reading How to Win Friends and Influence People, and I'm gonna hopefully use that book to help me influence him, which I don't know how that's gonna work out, but maybe it will. I don't know, it has some good tips in it. I'm pretty sure it'd probably help. Like the yes, yes theory or whatever it was, which is like the more you get someone to say yes, the more likely to say yes to your end questions. Like you give them like leading questions where they almost have to say yes to you. And it's almost like they discover the answer on their own, kind of, or discover it basically just makes them want to do what you want to do. It's kind of, I don't know. It seems like a good idea, and maybe I can try something like that. Um, and I also been hanging out with friends a lot, too much than I should. Like, well, not really a lot. It's like twice a week, which is Friday, Saturday, sometimes only Friday. Today it's only been Friday because it's Saturday today and I didn't do anything with anyone today. Um, and it's kind of just an issue because it's kind of just destroys my sleep, unfortunately. And it's kind of just wasted time that I could be doing something more productive, which is kind of, bad to think about because, kind of like some sort of balance. But at the end of the day, it's probably just worth it to kind of just work instead of hanging out with them. Because all we really do is just either go to the casino or play blackjack at home or nothing really. We don't really do much more than that. It's pretty much all gambling related, which probably isn't very healthy and probably could be found doing better things. But yeah. And just main thing destroys my sleep and my sleep schedule. It's midnight right now, a little after, and you know, I usually go to bed at 7 p.m. during the work week, so it kind of just destroys my sleep schedule. So I kind of want to have a consistent sleep schedule, at least close to one. And I really won't be able to hang out with friends once I have my second job. I mean, maybe for like a few hours after work during a work weekday. Other than that, I really just couldn't because I'm gonna work all of work weeks. Also, I can't work nights. I figured out. I have to work days, like so 3 a.m., which is gonna be till or 4 a.m. to I think it's gonna be 3 a.m. So it's gonna be 11-hour shifts. They usually end up don't being that long, but I have to work days, not nights. I want to work nights, but I can't. which actually would be worse than my sleep schedule, but I can't, which is better kind of in the situation, I guess. But I can't work nights because it's not like the same, it's not like their order filling, like the Walmart thing is a little different. I don't really know how to explain it, but it's not exactly the same. I kind of figured out. So if I want to keep the role I kind of currently have right now, I have to work days over there, which not that big of a deal, but a little worse because you get $2 less an hour. But I can't even work in the freezer over there, which is a $3 raise. So I wouldn't even be able to do that. So it's probably better for me to stick at the morning shift anyway. Um, and then also I put up a whiteboard today. Oh, also today I built like an office chair. It's a little sidetrack. This is less important, so I'll say it first. I built like an office chair. I ordered it off Amazon, built it, whatever. It's fine. It's a chair. But I just needed one because I have one for my desk. So I just never used my desk because when I moved out of my parents' house, it was just like, a folding card table chair or whatever. So I'm like, oh, I'm just go buy a chair, but I never did until now. So now I finally have one, so I can actually use that desk. Because I've been using my kind of my island in my kitchen as a desk, which is kind of annoying to have in my kitchen all the time. So I'm just, it's nice to have a desk now. Anyway, I added a whiteboard to my room. It has my goals for the month, and then my goals for the week, and then my goals for the day. So I can kind of separate that out, and it makes me it makes me make steps towards, progress. So my goals for today were like do laundry and read 60 pages of my book, which is actually 120 pages because I have to read each page twice to really get the information. And then I'm gonna go back and read it again, and then again, and then again, and then like teach the book is kind of like the goal. But yeah, that's another one of the goals I had. And then also, what else to have in that? And it was like making this. I want to actually make another video again because I got sidetracked and never did. Yeah, and just things like that. I can't remember other ones. But then like my monthly goals are to um, my monthly goal is like switch shifts, get that done if possible. I mean, it might be a failed goal, but that's my goal. It might not work out, but I'd like the attempt at least. And also getting my truck sold. So I don't know if I said it in the last one, but I worked pressure washing before this, and I bought a truck with it. I still owe like $1,400 on the truck. I bought it for $4,200. It was I should not have spent that much money on that truck, but is what it is. I'm gonna try to sell it. But I need to pay it off first. So I'm gonna pay off that loan this month, and then it's about $1,400. Save up some money. I can't do any stupid spending to just make sure I can pay that off. And then also try to sell it. So I'm gonna try to get that all prepared. That'll be my task for next weekend. I will clean out the truck, get it all to I actually need to fix it. I forgot. My fuel pump's broken in the truck, I think, or something. It doesn't start. So that's an issue. I'm gonna bring it to a mechanic because I really do not want to replace the fuel pump myself. I took out the gas tank last time because I did weld, or I kind of had my uncle do it, but I was helping slightly less than I should have been helping, but he was happy to help me. To weld like a subframe onto the frame, like a little metal casing to like help the frame stability because it was so rusty, which, I couldn't even jack it up before because it would probably just puncture a hole right through the frame. So it was terrible. But yeah, I got that figured out. So gotta make that start. So I'll bring that to a mechanic. Oh, I gotta save money for that. So I gotta pay off the truck and get the mechanic. But I'll try to work as much as I can for my dad for the second job while I'm working at Walmart. I don't know what my paycheck is going to be. I get to see what my paycheck is from Walmart this week. It'll be probably, I got a mispick also, which really sucks, which took away my incentive for a week, which is like $300 less a paycheck. So I bet my paycheck will be about $1,700, which isn't terrible, but it's pretty good. For 2 weeks, it's not great, but it is what it is. So $1,700. I'll just try to pay 300 of that, 300 or 400 of that to my loan, and then I'll try and get that truck fixed or at least schedule something. I also have to get a haircut, which not the top of my priorities, but definitely cheap, easy thing I need to do. And then I also need to, yeah, and then just fix it. And then also have a spare tire on it right now, like the one that usually goes under. And because the other one was flat, and I could have had it flat for so long that it didn't even like during the winter, and it didn't even inflate anymore. Because I'm sure because it was sitting on the on the actual hub, it just probably popped it or damaged it too much to even inflate it again. So that's an issue. I don't know how do I even get a mechanic? How do I get my truck to the dealer, or like not to a dealership, to a mechanic? I have no idea you do that. My best guess is just a tow truck or something, but that's expensive. Man, that's such an issue. Whatever, okay. So yeah, oh, whiteboard goals. I'm sorry, I'm tired. I also have a thing where like days locked in as on like the whiteboard. It's a big number. Right now it's at 1. 1 day locked in, that's it. Last night I was not locked in. I want to be locked in. And kind of the idea is if I was pretty locked in for the day, I can keep doing the numbers. And then I can keep doing numbers in a row of days locked in. If I get to 100 days in a row, which is crazy, 100 days in a row is pretty crazy. That's no days of being like, of faltering, I guess. Okay, I consider, if I go with friends that day, I consider it still locked in if I make sure I do everything. I have all my laundry done, make sure I go to the gym, make sure I eat, make sure I got all my calories in for the day. I also started counting my calories starting today again. So I gotta lock in on that. Hopefully I can keep up with it because it's always so much work. But I realized I was not eating enough to keep gaining weight because I just do so much physical activity at Walmart. Like a work day is average of like 32,000 steps. So it's terrible. So I'm averaging about 17,000 steps a week or a day per week. Yeah. So it's kind of like days locked in, and then for 100 days in a row, I get to go on a little vacation for myself or something, and then 200 days, I'll get to buy myself a car. That's kind of like the idea, just a little reward. And then I kind of want to, so I want to sell my truck really bad because I kind of want to invest the money and put it into crypto. Probably crypto's down right now, and I kind of want to get in. I don't really have much cash to do that, but if I sold my truck, I get around $4,000 for it. So I can put 4,000 into, whatever currency, probably SUI, hopefully SUI as well. And Bitcoin. Also, I was listening to this podcast in the shower just a little bit ago, and I heard like this really nice quotes in it, and I'm like, it'd be really good making a YouTube video, probably on this channel, of like my favorite quotes or something. I could just like keep finding quotes over like, 6 months or so and just make a compilation video, like a 40-minute video or something. Maybe that'd blow up. And I thought that'd be cool. But yeah, that's kind of cool. I'm tired. I need to get to bed. This was kind of just rundown. I'm gonna try to do this tomorrow. I will do this tomorrow. That was one of the things I needed to be locked in. I need to make one of these videos a day for me to consider locked in. Any time of day, I don't care. It can be right in the morning, but just for me to consider to be locked in, I have to make one of these videos. That's kind of how it's going. So yeah, that's the video for today. See you tomorrow.